You look at Cardiff Castle, and what do you see? At first glance, you might see this grand, almost fairy tale Victorian mansion. But if you look a little closer, you start to see the bones of a Norman fortress. And if you dig just a little deeper, you find a Roman fort. This place, it isn't just a castle. It's literally a 2,000-year-old story written in stone. So in this explainer, we're going to peel back those layers and figure out how one single place can tell so many stories.
2,000 years. Just let that sink in for a moment. We're talking about a timeline that stretches from Roman soldiers marching on the edge of their empire to Norman knights, Welsh princes, and all the way up to super-rich Victorian industrialists. This one spot has seen it all. It's an incredible testament to the enduring power of a place, and we're about to see exactly how.
So how does that even happen? How does one place become this incredible time capsule? How does it manage to hold on to so many different eras, so many different lives all at once? Well, that's the big question, and that's exactly what we're here to find out. We're going to explore Cardiff Castle's history, one fascinating chapter at a time.
All right, so here's our roadmap. We're going to start our journey way back with the Romans, the ones who first saw how important this spot was. Then we'll jump ahead to see how the Normans turned it into a serious fortress. After that, we'll get to its most dramatic makeover into a Gothic fairy tale palace. And finally, we'll wrap up with what it all means to Wales today.
Okay, let's travel back in time. Really travel back to when Wales was right on the frontier of the massive Roman Empire. It was right here on this very piece of land that the Romans decided to build a fort, and in doing so, they laid the foundation for the next 2,000 years of history. This timeline gives us a fantastic bird's-eye view of the castle's incredible journey. See, it all starts as a Roman military outpost. Then, boom, it becomes a mighty Norman stronghold. Fast forward a few centuries, and it gets this stunning Gothic revival facelift in the 19th century. And now, it's a proud symbol of Wales. Every single one of these eras left its mark, creating the totally unique place we see today. So around 70 AD, the Romans built a fort here, and it was the real deal, complete with defensive walls, towers, and gates. This was a statement of power, a symbol of the empire's reach. And the amazing part is, you can still see traces of it today. Parts of the original Roman walls are literally still visible, and there's even a reconstructed Roman temple that gives you a glimpse into what life was like here 2 millennia ago. It's just wild.
So, after the Romans packed up and left, the fort kind of fell into disuse for a while. But its strategic importance, controlling that key river crossing, was not forgotten. Centuries later, a new power arrived in Britain, the Normans. And boy, did they have big plans for this site.
Okay, so when you think of a medieval castle, what pops into your head? Probably tall towers, super thick walls, maybe a moat, right? Well, you're not far off. A medieval castle was first and foremost a fortress. It was designed to withstand a siege and project the power of its lord. It had that central keep, the heart of the castle, surrounded by a massive curtain wall and a heavily guarded gatehouse. It was a symbol of strength and authority, pure and simple. So right after the Norman conquest, this powerful lord, a guy named Robert Fitzaman, takes control of the old Roman site. He builds this massive keep, a stone tower that just dominated the entire landscape. Then he surrounds it with a strong curtain wall and a fortified gatehouse. This was a castle built to intimidate and control. And you know what? It worked. For centuries, it was a key stronghold and even served as a residence for Welsh princes. And now, for the castle's most incredible transformation yet. We're jumping ahead to the 19th century, when this place was completely reborn. The grim, imposing fortress was about to become something straight out of a fairy tale. The shift in purpose was just profound. The medieval castle was all about war. It was built for defense, for control. The Victorian palace, on the other hand, was a work of art. This whole Gothic revival style was a huge trend back then, a romantic escape from the Industrial Revolution. It was designed to impress, not with military strength, but with sheer beauty and opulence. The very soul of the building was transformed. Step inside Cardiff Castle today, and you'll find an absolute treasure trove of art and history. The rooms are just filled with this exquisite furniture, priceless paintings, and artifacts that span the centuries. You can see these beautifully preserved Roman mosaics and then walk into a room with objects that once belonged to Welsh princes. It's like taking a journey through time, all under one very fancy roof. But here's the cool part. Underneath all that Victorian grandeur, the medieval heart of the castle is still beating strong. The massive Norman keep is still standing, a powerful testament to the skill of its builders.
It's a pretty stark reminder that this fairy tale palace was once a seriously formidable fortress.
So, with a history this long and this dramatic, it's really no surprise that some people believe the castle is, well, haunted. I mean, with so many stories etched into its very stones, it's kind of easy to imagine that some of its former residents might still be lingering. Yeah, Cardiff Castle has a reputation for being one of the most haunted places in Wales, and the most famous of its ghostly residents is supposedly a Lady Isabella de Vere. Her spectral figure has reportedly been seen just wandering the halls, a lonely echo from the castle's distant past. It's a spooky tale that just adds another fascinating layer to the castle's already rich history.
Okay, so what is Cardiff Castle today? After all these centuries of change, what role does it play in our modern world? Let's fast forward to the 21st century and find out.
The numbers really do speak for themselves here. Every single year, more than 500,000 people from all over the world come to visit Cardiff Castle. That's a huge number, and it's a real testament to its enduring appeal, not just as a piece of history, but as a vibrant, modern attraction.
But Cardiff Castle is so much more than just a tourist destination. It's a true cultural icon, a symbol of Welsh identity. It's also a massive, ongoing conservation project, a constant effort to preserve this precious piece of history. And on top of all that, it's a stunning venue for concerts, festivals, and all sorts of major events that really bring the grounds to life. It's truly a living landmark, a place where history is still being made. It embodies Welsh pride and has hosted royalty, including state banquets. It's a place for celebration, for remembrance, and for community, a constant reminder of Wales's rich heritage. And all the while, a dedicated team is working tirelessly behind the scenes to preserve it for the future. From a Roman fort to a national icon, Cardiff Castle has worn so many different masks over the centuries. It's a place that has constantly reinvented itself, always adapting to the changing times. And honestly, that's what makes it so fascinating. It's a story that's still being written, and it leaves us all wondering, what on earth will the next chapter bring for this incredible place?